Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie, and it's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have the FF11 Torment, the Duskwatch. The biggest thing about this is that 11 is a realm that a lot of people don't have a lot of gear for, because there's only been 2 global events, and a couple dungeon updates where Lucky Draw Access had those good relics in them. In fact, we haven't seen some of those relics until this anniversary. But nonetheless, here's the 11 Torment. It's going to be rough. Now, I said a lot of this already, but that was on a failed recording, but I'm just going to fire this up real fast. 2 targets, the Seeker and the Dark Dragon. Seeker's weak to fire, Dark Dragon's weak to ice. They both do a slew of stats effects, including Sleep, Petrified Blind, and Sap. Don't really need to worry about that last one. And the Seeker has half the health of the Dark Dragon. You have to kill both to win. All that aside, the Seeker is highly magic-based. The Dark Dragon's highly physical-based, including the Dark Dragon having a piercing physical attack. Now then, here's our team. I was lucky enough to have a BSB and a USB rod for this round, but as you can see, it's going to be some hard going. He's getting through the actual dungeon. Hey everyone. I'm going to make some tweets real fast before I forget. But we're gonna move out. The funny thing is, back when we had our last 11 event, oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Back when we had our last 11 event, I had a nice 1 and 11. I forgot to get the stats. I had a nasty 111 pool. But that one relic is actually what is going to let me do the strategy that I have for this. Which is, of course, Ayame's Haste Aga. It's a very nice Haste Aga, and I've learned that after using it once or twice. But it allows me, with Lion's attack up and Shantoto's own magic up, to go at this fight with no boostings to my name. No boost Agas, no Faith Agas, no Sage Agas, no Crit Agas, no Agas, absolutely none except for Haste. You know what? You know what's mad fucked up? I fucked up the stats picture. I fucked it up again. Oh boy, okay, I'm obviously a little off kilter from the whole headset thing. So I need to calm myself down. Anywho. So this is a thing that I am wholly unprepared for. In none of my testing did I encounter the big enemy, so this is gonna be fun. Now we actually need Shantoto to build a bit of break. So, we will be attack- Oh, goody! Goody. Well, at the very least, he appears to not be too threatening. Yeah, the only thing this guy seems to do is a single target attack. And really, nothing else. Shantoto dives to darkness. Oh. Yeah, that is a problem with Shantoto's BSB. It's really good for lightning damage. It does work on other damage types, but the funny thing is when you're hitting those other damage types, like, she actually, 9 times out of 10, still deals lightning damage because it just does more damage. Unless you're fighting something that's 200% weak to an element. But when was the last time that happened? So I'm going to just throw this out there. This is going way smoother than my test run. Two whole kobolds. Jesus Christ. I cannot believe. Well, I actually need Chantoto to get her shit together. Here goes something as soon as that wall goes off. Oh baby. Yeah. So Alphama here is a healer in for my run in name only. She's actually herself not going to do a lot of healing. I hate to pop that early. I could have used her SSB, which I'm doing right now. The reason I did Enkidu, this is a little sly trick of mine, is actually to get him active, because he's going to give us some extra damage, as you see there. Yeah, Lion's going to put in a lot of the work for this. Yeah, I kind of undervalued Ayame's SSB, but it's actually kind of good. Get our last steel power out here. Reactivate the chain. And get this boy debuffed before he starts doing the piercing attack. Speak of the devil. And even though that is being resisted, still did a good 22k damage. So, you know, I'll take it. I'm gonna save that last hailstorm. Oh boy. Literally using every tool that I have for 11 to beat this thing. I just healed everyone. Alright, destroy this dragon. Whew. That was so much smoother than my test run, I can't express that enough. By the way, my Magister are kind of decked out. Just throwing that one out there. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna lean back a little bit. Actually, can I just lean back and not break this mic? Cool. Alright, so next up is the easy one, sort of. It's a longer fight, mind you. It's a longer road to get there, but we don't have to quite dance around everything. We are yeah, so let's do a quick Magicite review. Enkidu, of course, is the good boy. The extremely good boy with his mag up. But also, Ultra White Wind is just too useful, especially with something as many stats effects as this. In the subs, we got Wendigo, which was helping Shantoto out with another mag up. Fenrir and Golem are actually here because I don't have a lot of Fire Magicite. Liquid Flame is still a really rough fight for me. And I already have Ice cover. That said, Golem and Fenrir are helping give me defenses against what's it called? The Seeker's attacks. And then Elin down here is just giving me a nice attack up because a lot of my damage is physical. I need to go back to Lightning at some point and get another one just to get that to a nice 10+. Also, I need to start slamming into Liquid Flame even though it's rough for me. Just because Mom Bomb It's very good. Anyway, so that is the Magicite review. Okay, so slight changes this time around. Oh, I don't have any trouble beating Hydra normally. It's just a pain in the ass. Also, I have like 3 extra Hydras. But no, so Lion is bringing Steel Time this time to slow down the boss. Ramza with a resistance breakdown, because down here we have Adia with magic. And also her burst, which is going to deal stupid amounts of damage. Tyro is bringing Magic Dance for the boss and Attack Dance, so A, Lion doesn't have to worry about it, and B, Attack Dance is very good for the dungeon. Yuna down bottom with Protectka, again, for the dungeon. I forgot to finish switching this. There we go. We need you going strong from the start. And also... yeah. So, let's grab that stat page again. Let's grab... ooh, Hyper Ray G. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what it is about dragons and just being deathly weak to ice, but here's Adia, the Dragon Slayer. Now, we don't actually have very good AoE for the dungeon. Adia, she has spells, but she won't be using a majority of them. That meltdown is mainly for the boss, and pretty much everything else as well. Oh boy, that's a turn 1, isn't it? I was gonna say this, but we kinda need this from the get-go, don't we? I'm down. Take a chill pill. Have a sit. Oh my god. Stop beating up Tyro. Oh my god, they have a lot of health. This is gonna be rough. Oh right, I gave him draw fire. Right. That's why he get punched a lot. I did it this way on purpose, actually. Okay. A perfect round for a good team. I just realized I was still on a very fast speed. Tyro's taunt finally wore off. So that's 2 waves down. However, our various buffs and everything are actually starting to wear off, leaving us with not a ton of ways to deal with the remaining parts of this dungeon. That's to be expected. This is going to be the weak part for me. Torments are always really odd like that though, right? You kind of have to wiggle your way through the dungeon, doing various things. And eventually it works out for you. Yeah, Curada is a great move. The only downside to honing Curada is it shares Earth Orbs. So, if you're tight on crystals, I guess. If you're tight on crystals, that's going to eat into the good move. That's right. Meltdown. She's not going to need every charge of Meltdown. Yep. I'd say if you got rank 3 Meltdown, then you're pretty good. Alright, so this is wave 4, actually, this. Welcome to the 11th Torment, aka I massively need to slow my roll constantly. Like, no joking. I need to take this nice and slow. Alright, yes, this is 5. I'll use one more use of Meltdown. Beat up the other one with the other people. And just never take a turn on Yuna. I have a nuke prepared for the last wave. Oh, what a lucky crit. Perfect. Okay. I really gotta start, you know, firing off Shout before Hyper Mighty Jade. There it is. What, just starting with a showstopper? Holy crap. Yeah? I was about to go fuck yourself. Well, I mean, it's steel time, or Mote time. Mote time always hits. That's the beauty of Mote time. It's a 5-star ability that hits once. Why? Because it's 100% stat application. Oh yeah, time to destroy this boy. We got a lot of double visuals playing. Might have to reboot the game in a moment. There's one of those battles where it doesn't like to behave. Okay, that's one down. Somebody comes into the chat immediately. You can slow the dragon? Yeah. Adia. Can Adia make it? Here's the riddle for the ages. Oh. There you go, Breath of Heavens. What a sad dragon. Get another more time on the boss, just to ensure that it's not going anywhere. Adia coming to the end of her ropes. Can she hold out? Yes, the answer. Of course she can. Just in case. This is a game right here. Oh boy, okay. Let's do down. Oh. I'm gonna move a little bit. Stretch. Alright, yeah. And some people are exclaiming in the chat. We got the Banner 5. Some people are getting some real nice pulls. I'm always happy to see people get good pulls. Congratulations, everybody, for your good USBs and stuff. I don't think I saw one person get upset about their pull. Anyway. I'm probably going to be pulling, by the way, at the end of the stream. But first, we have to tackle the final. So, not a lot changes here. Not like a lot of things. But the big thing that does change is the Dark Dragon goes from being 110% weak to ice, or 150% weak to 110% weak. So, you're not going to get quite the same damage that you were getting before. Now, we are bringing back good gal Corellia and Ufma, though Ufma isn't a fantastic healer, and really actually won't be doing too much healing in this. Her main job is, well, God, I always say this the wrong way. What I mean to say is that I don't have anything for Ufma. She's a placeholder for the Sid mission because Ramza and Adia are way more important. But either way, we have 3 uses of a Medica plus Asuna. We got 2 uses of Enkidu. I can kind of keep my party up. And Alphama does have a shared Medica. So she can do something. Not much, but something. And it's more or less going to be very similar to the previous fight, with Lion being the main source of any sort of attack buffing, debuffing on targets. But nevertheless, the more I stall here, it's just putting off the inevitable. I love that because most people move on to like other soul breaks and stuff like that. That all of my wall breaks are just people that quit the game. And never got something new to move on to. Kind of funny in that regard. Okay. Who has the Medica? Corellia. Corellia's percentile Medica is what I'm banking on. Anywho. So, a big factor here is the fact that well, honestly, there's a lot of thinking going on is a big thing, but things like this are also happening. So I am using Maelstrom here, but oddly enough, it's to build up her magic so that she can melt down the Seeker. Because we do not want to go all in on the Seeker just yet, or go all in on Memento Mori just yet. Reason being, we honestly don't have the lasting power right now. This is going to be a bit of a endurance fight, which is actually why I did what's it called? Wall with Rasmo to make sure that it lasts as long as possible. Memento Mori is a darkness ability that gives mages highly boosted magic, but gives them a doom counter. This fight is going to last longer than that doom counter, for sure. I'm actually expending 1 Medica here. A, I get the feeling I'm going to get hit by something. B, it's big damage. What's the move here? I think we let Corellia kill it and we start working on the dragon. This is fine. For the most part. Their slows wore off, which is a big thing. I can work with this. Again, we want... Christ! What I was going to say is we want to have Enkidu active. And that, frankly, is a reset. But now I know I have a better idea of the timing and everything. My haste wore off, which was a big thing. It's all about thinking. That's why it's not going to be easy. Honestly, it's going to be way nicer when I don't have to select targets each time. Figure out whose turn's going when. Alright. Nice, okay. Every time they do a status effect move, my heart skips a beat. Shock there can cause paralysis. You need to add to the list of growing things that this boss does that's extremely rude. A lot of thinking going on. making sure we kill it this time. That's gonna suck because I was actually gonna recast Shout next turn. Yeah, it's a good move. Recast Protect. That's very helpful. Good, good, good. Alright, these are all moves that I'm very happy are happening. Don't need to recast Shell. It's not going to do anything for me. Okay, we're kind of back up to where we should be. Now the other nice thing about Corellia's thing, aside from being holy, aside from hitting pretty damn hard, and everything else really, it also is not an elemental on top of everything else. Thank you, my good friend Enkidu. Keep debuffing the boss. Nice. That's the good shit right there. I'm not still worried about this boss. This boss does still have one extremely nasty trick, up its sleeve. That would be it. I'm making sure this doesn't fall off. Not here in the 11th hour am I losing. Alright, show me those numbers. Oh, baby. Ultimate Body Slam, still the worst thing this boss has. Luckily, I have a very faithful companion. Oh, this boss. This dragon will not go calmly into that good night. Will not go calmly into that good night. Holy shit. Glamour of ice. Oh boy. Oh boy. God, just barely. Man, white orbs? Hell yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, there was an unfortunate little hiccup about halfway through that that fight, so everybody's a little behind. But you know, found out it might just be this computer, but like as with the headset and the internet connection stuff, that is all going to improve once I move out by the end of the month into my new place. Which reminds me, now's a good time to mention that, well, I would say it's still Subtober, or September, but you know, it's now Subtober. New subs are still half off, and even if you can't drop the money for a sub, dropping the follow still helps. You too, by pressing a button, can help. I'm gonna slap down these good orbs. And how's about we have a nice victory pool? Yeah? Yeah? Well, so thank you for the GGs. Thank you for the follow. Happy to help. Anyway, here we go. I've hit the button. Oh shit. Alright, no USBs, but what do I want on this banner? I don't know. Papalimo, actually. If I had to throw down for anything, Papalimo Burst. Gladio would also be pretty great. I really don't have a good Earth Burst. But here we go. Alright, good. Thank you, game, for delivering. I have no idea. Well, hot damn. Oh, it's Hope. Ah, nice. That's some good shit right there. Yeah, there you go. Gladio. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's my Earth Burst. Wow, I actually have to completely redo my Lightning Magicite team. And sacrifice. Good! Good! I have another Dark Burst! Crew. Like, fucking, when I hoot and holler about Dark, when I am yelling about the Anubis about Dark, this is why. This is why I hoot and holler about Dark. This is why I yell about Dark. But Dark is stupid. Anyway, I could field a full team of in-Dark users. Like, no joke.
Hello.
Oh wait, I gotta do the thing.
Yeah, come on.
There we go. Okay. So we said a while back we were gonna do this. After the fest.
Yep. So Newbie called me in because he wants to talk about people that he should dive. I would point out to people who are watching this in the stream right now, there should be one more thing that happens in a couple days or so, which is the Crystal Tower pull, which can get you some stuff that way. So if you're like, oh boy, I just got all my stuff, I really want to pull on someone, yeah, you should wait a couple days and see if you want to pull on that one if you still have the myth roll. In response to the chat, yo, that Iris BSP, I'm going to dive her to 5-star almost immediately.
Hold that thought. Alright, try talking now.
Hello?
Okay. You were roboting a little bit.
Oh, my apologies.
Nope, that's fine. I just changed it to East instead. Now we're on the same like we're closer. We're both closer to the server.
There we go. Yeah, Iris BSP. I'm super pumped.
Mm-hmm. So,
People
I think
for you. Oh, jeez. You already took care of your second healer, so that's kind of out of the way.
Yeah, I dive Vanille. It was a long time coming. I used it for a lot of stuff. I think the best way to do this is just sort by series and just look at what I have a lot for. I think I said this to you on Discord the other day. If his legend materia were better, I think the Warrior of Light would be a shoo-in.
Yes. Since you have Warrior of Light's OSB and USB, he would be a shoo-in, but the stuff that's in his legend dive isn't great.
Yeah, maybe when we have more stuff and then he can be like a really solid tank.
Yeah.
But I'm not diving somebody for start the fight with Sentinel in Last Stand. Yeah. It's alright.
Let me rephrase this. Yeah, it's alright, but there are better things you can use our limited supply of 5-star motes on compared to him.
Yeah. Looking at 2, I don't think I'm going to dive Gordon.
No.
Actually, who has legend dives in 2?
Not too many people.
Yeah, wait, we haven't had a 2 event yet, so
Furion?
it's just Furion and Maria. So that's Furion. I like him. I just don't. I think if I had landed his USB, he would have been a
Yeah,
shoo-in.
I'm actually considering him because I have a lot of stuff. And I do mean a lot of his stuff, but I'm gonna wait on that for a little bit.
3 is kind of in the same situation, where we haven't had another 3 event since Legend Dives existed.
You're gonna wait on 3 anyway to get Onion Knight, just because it's Onion Knight.
Kind of.
Refia actually wouldn't be a bad idea if you used her a lot, but you really don't.
I don't use her a lot, but I do have her BSB.
For people who are curious, if you have Maria's BSB, that would be qualifying grounds to just get her Legend Dive.
Yeah, to show that real fast, like. So she has that good earth damage up, but then increases magic a moderate amount proportional to the number of spells you've used.
Yep.
So over the course of the fight, she just hits harder and harder.
Yeah, and the earth damage itself is very useful. Again, it's a give and take. She doesn't have a double cast thing, which is... Yeah.
If you have Rain's
People in the
BSB,
chat who are talking about Rains, wait, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So 3.
I don't think anyone in 3. I think you wait on Onion Knight for if you want to get someone from 3.
Yeah, if anyone. Or I did just get Onion's Overstrike. That is true.
You do. I know you got that, but
Yeah.
you want to wait on him.
4. Now we're starting to get into territory here.
Yeah, I know.
Looking at the armors, nothing that really stands out to me. Looking
So
at the
in
weapons.
4, I think there aren't too many people right now that stand out as these are people you should totally do Legend Dives for. And I'm trying to keep this general overall, not just to newbie. There are some decent ones in there. I believe Kane's is, if you have Dragoon stuff for him.
If you have Kane's Burst, which I do, his Legend Dive isn't that bad.
No, it's not bad at all. His is very similar to Maria's. He boosts lightning damage, which is his thing. And the more times he does attacks or jumps, it gets higher. So that is always an option if you want a physical type. But for right now, I'd wait on that one.
I haven't even 4-star dive Kane yet, and I love him.
Yeah.
But his 4-star, he does enough work without his 4 stars, and his 4 stars just aren't. They don't appeal. They don't pull me.
Yeah. But I don't think anything in 4 for you right now. There's some decent ones in there, but it's one of those, hold on a little bit.
Okay, 5.
Okay, this is for the chat in general. If you pulled Bartz's chicken knife, just dive him. Just dive him.
He got the dual cast. Just dive him.
It's too useful.
All right, so I have the Excalibur. But no, real talk. Lena's kind of a thing, but I already have 2 dived healers, so never mind.
Yeah.
X-Death, I don't use offensively when I bring him.
Mm-hmm.
There's Krill's Burst. I do have that. And Sheepsong.
Is Krill an option? Does she have her legend?
Oh.
She doesn't yet.
Yeah, okay. I also have Ferris's thing, and I did just land Ferris's USB.
Which one?
The Phantom.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have a dedicated debuff type or support type, then that's a pretty good option. However, you bring Rams into most of your fights.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
They're kind of filling the same spot.
As much as I would love to say, let's die Ferris. Oops. Rasmo, actually, way more worthwhile.
That's actually the same issue I have, since I have Ferris's BSB 2 and Ferris's USB 2, excuse me, and Lion's USB. I'm looking at both of those like, yeah, I really want to dive these 2. Oh wait, I have Riku's USB and I use her all the time. They fill the same spot. Anywho, let's move on to 6, because I don't think there's anyone in 5 that you're really looking at just yet.
Nope. So in 6, nothing. I don't have a super stellar 6. I have a lot of supers and stuff like that. My Terra is kind of kitted out with her burst and her OSB.
If you've got, if you just want to nuke things into the ground and you have a lot of Terra's stuff, hers is pretty darn good.
Yeah, Trance is
especially
pretty
if you
great.
pick up her USB. Like, her USB is an instant, you dive her.
Again, yeah, I think it was one of those things. Whoops, we're in level caps. I think it was one of those things that, like, I looked at it and I said, if I land that USB, I'll probably die. I think I'm just on the fence with so many people.
Yeah, it's really, again, this is for everybody in general. It's really about what you got. I'm not going to be able to say this person you should always dive, because bursts and OSBs and USBs and stuff are going to be a huge difference in stuff. Then again, some people just have things that I don't think are as cost effective as others. For example, Realm's Legend Dive is in the set, but her capstone ability is just
more resistant.
More resistance to everything, which is useful, but it's not worth it. It's not a double cast. It's not this gets stronger every time you use it or anything like that.
So the reason that we talk about Terra's USB in conjunction to her Legend Dive here is because, wow, did that Torment actually only gave 90 spirit modes, didn't it?
Yeah, all the Torments do.
God, you couldn't just give the flat 100? Anyway.
You'll get more in the fest. Oh wait, no, you already told that.
Yeah, I'm done with the fest. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll get more eventually. Note the thing here. You have to hit the low HP, then you enter trance, reducing the delay of your actions in total, as well as giving you increased stats across the board.
Yes.
On top of this, Terra's USB also gives you decreased cast time for the duration of it, and it lasts 25 seconds.
Yes.
So you pop. What you do is you force this. I've been watching some Japanese Magicite 4 runs. It's really great how they do this. They will cast a last stand on the party and then have, like, mages fucking, like, chain fire on themselves in the face.
Yep.
Triggering the last stand, triggering their transformation, filling them back up to full HP.
Yeah. And then they just go nuts.
And then they go nuts. So you trigger this mode, you do USB, and then she is almost instant casting any ability, and, like, I think using her OSB in, like, half a second.
Yeah, that's the thing. If
ridiculous.
You have her, if you get 3 bars on her, but just by Wrath and or just keep Wrath and trusting her, or she can just Wrath herself because she has the access to do that. You just use her trance, her USB, and then she starts chain casting OSBs, and she will melt things.
Which, again, I have her in fire. Well, actually, her USB does in fire too. But,
yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
If I had just landed her USB, I think I would have dived her. But
yeah, Terra is a person that if you get the combo, few people can ever come close to matching her in terms of raw damage.
Yes. Hey, who knows? Once we get more Legend Materia, I'll probably come back to her.
Absolutely.
Okay, 7. We don't talk about 7.
Oh, yes, we have to talk about 7. All right, let's just lay it on the table here, everybody. If you have Cloud's BSB2 or his USB, dive the sucker.
I meant more for myself, which I'm just going to go down this list here. Shared, super, unique, shared, unique. Oh, hey, there's an Ultra. And there's another Ultra. Super. I don't have a... No, I did just pick up a BS... Actually. God damn it. If it wasn't for the fact that I had the fucking, like, hard-coded support in Ramza, I forgot that I picked up Red's Burst.
Yes, you did.
Oh, that's a good option right there.
It is a good option. And Yuffie doesn't have hers yet, otherwise I'd be saying, hey, you should look at that one. Only one or both for Cloud? I'd really say either one. If you have his BSB2 or his USB, either one makes him a great candidate to do 2x combat moves, just because it's so much damage.
Well, don't worry, we'll get to Zidane when we get to 9. I have so much synergy armor in this realm, and only one of them is an actual soul break and it's unique.
Yeah.
God, my 7 coverage is so weird.
Yeah. As someone said in the chat, look, Cloud's stupid.
Yeah, no, Cloud.
He is.
Real dumb.
It's just, if you got stuff for him, go for it.
I'm real worried because when they rolled out Ultimate Overstrikes and Flashes, did you notice that Cloud wasn't there?
I'm okay with that, actually.
Like, I'm actually kind of worried, though, because, like, Cloud usually gets the first one, and outside of, like, the USB, which technically not so. It was just the first offensive USB. Like, Cloud might actually end up being super busted.
Oh, yeah. The Cloud's USB was a rare situation where the first wave of USBs was actually much stronger than most of them are.
Yep.
Usually the first wave of SSBs, BSBs, whatever you want to call them, they're always weaker than the other ones, but then they kind of ramp into new stuff.
Ultimate Overstrikes do two things. Well, there's three things about them. The first one is they come in two flavors. There is the 20 multi-hit that are, I think, at 0.4 multiplier that ends on a 8 times multiplier hit for physical, and then it's something else for magics. Actually, there hasn't been a multi-hit magic one, so we don't know yet.
We'll get there.
But it does a lot of hits and then ends on an Overstrike hit. Or the other flavor is 3 Overstrike hits at a lower than normal multiplier. A normal Overstrike physical multiplier is 14 times 14, and these ultimate Overstrike hits are times 8. So harder to hit max damage, but it hits 3 times. So the second thing is they use a bar and a half, or 3 in Japan, because they did that thing where they split the bars into 6s. Because flashes are also a thing which use half a bar now.
Yeah,
because they wanted to keep they wanted to keep introducing 5-star relics. So they introduced a new type of lower end burst, or break.
Yeah, the quick stuff.
Yeah, the quick burst, pretty much. Quick break. There you go. And yeah, the last thing about Ultimate Overstrikes is you can only use them once a fight. Yeah. Flash Soul Breaks are the new supers, pretty much. An example of a Flash Soul Break is just in lightning. That's it. Half a bar, in lightning, instant cast, just keep going. But the thing is, you can only use a Flash Soul Break 3 times, and with the in lightning ones, for example, it stacks. So if you use it once, your abilities do 50% more damage. Like your lightning abilities do 50% more damage. If you use it twice, your lightning attacks do 80% more damage. If you use it 3 times, your lightning attacks do 100% more damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's the real appeal of the in-elemental Flash things, is that they stack. And it's the same thing with Soul Breaks, except at a less of a slope. Your Soul Breaks will do 80%, 90%, 100% more damage. So, it's, again, to push that ability meta that they're trying to push in Japan. The only other Flash that we've seen that isn't an in-element is actually really cool, and it's for Yuffie, which is super enables her to be a ninja, because it is instant cast, and then it gives you, I think, 2 turns, or 1 or 2 turns of instant cast, and 2 mirror images.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Which lets you go right into those ninja moves. Anyway, Dog's an option, but again, I'm hard pressed to invest in a support because I have an extremely solid support right now.
I will mention that if you have a couple things for Tifa, it's also a good idea to look at her, because she's all about the earth damage.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and her thing's real stupid. I'm gonna look that one up real fast.
She's got one of those ones that if she uses a monk ability, there's a chance that it triggers like the next 3 monk abilities have a reduced cast time.
Yeah, it's like fast cast for the next 3. So yeah, increased earth, and then moderate chance to reduce the delay of the user's actions for the next 3 turns after using monk abilities. Should emphasize that it's just actions there. It's not like
exactly
you have to use another monk ability. It is just you can trigger that and then go into a soul break.
Is it worth using? Again, that's a good question. Yuffie, I keep doing that. Tifa's USB is very powerful because it sets up a radiant shield and hits a bunch and then does something else. I forget.
Haste.
But I mean, if you do that and you have a lot of very powerful like moves that are monk based, it's worth it. But it'd be better if you had like her USB and her BSB, because that's a good combo. Or like all the stuff. Again, it matters on what kind of combinations you have.
Remember, Legend
that's
Dives.
roughly all I wanted to talk about in 7. One thing to mention though, Newbie did talk about Red. Red is another one of those people that it boosts the duration of status buffs on your party if he uses them, which is always a nice person to have.
Because he is a buffing character.
Yeah, he's more of a buffer than a debuffer.
As opposed to Ferris, who is a debuffer. So she gets debuff extension, whereas like Ramza and Red are buffers, so they get buff extension.
Yeah.
But then, like, I think his relic legend materia is debuff extension.
That'd be nice to have both on him.
Yeah. So in 6.
You mean 8?
8. I'm staring at this right here in my collection of gloves. I don't have a burst or a USB. But damn, man, I can field a lot of stuff on Zell.
Yeah.
And Zell honestly does work with just power chain full charge.
Oh yeah. I think there's 3 people in 8 who can do. Well, Zell doesn't even have access to his Legend Dive, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, right. He gets in the next event.
I'm sure it'll be super good when it hits.
He gets it when his USB launches, which was the event that just happened in Japan. Adia is another great option for me. She is my ice damage, pretty much. I have not pulled a better ice burst yet.
Yep. She also is not out yet currently, but she will be soon.
Yep.
Pretty much the ones you want to look at right now are Squall and Renoa.
Renoa is real nice. And she, along with now Gladio, is my earth damage.
Oh yeah. Renoa's is nice because she's just got a flat increased black magic damage a small amount. It's not tied to an element.
Doesn't she also get dual cast?
I think her relic legend materia is dual cast. Her final ability is like Tifa or Tifa. Oh, is it Tifa or Tifa? I keep forgetting.
It's Tefroya.
Whatever. Anyway, that one. Hers is just moderate chance reduced the delay of loser's actions for 3 turns after using, I think it's a black magic ability.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So she starts going.
Yeah.
If you have Squall's BSB2, and we're getting there for a sec, dive him.
Dive him.
I'm sorry. His BSB2 works incredibly well with his capstone legend materia.
You know how we hoot and holler so much about Ayame and how her ice burst is really good, but we always refer to it as the second best ice burst.
Yeah,
that's because Squall's BSB2 is the best ice burst.
Yeah.
So he gets Spellblade damage up, which is 20% increased damage to all your burst commands. And then moderate chance for Spellblade abilities to trigger twice, which are your BSB commands.
Yeah, so what you do is that you use his command 1 and his BSB2, which is the rev up for his command 2, and if you get a double cast on it, that shaves off a turn that you have in order to use his BSB2 or his BSB2 command 2. So you rev up super fast, and then you start slamming enemies with the C2.
Yeah,
if any way to increase his damage output is good, and if you can cut the turns down that he needs to rev up, that is stupid.
The sub 30 strategies that I've seen for what's it called? Tiamat, which is the 4-star Wind Magicite, is literally enter Squall Burst, do command 1. If you don't dual cast, reset. If you do dual cast, then you just do command 2 forever.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It is real stupid.
I mean, it really is that good of a burst where it can completely change how your damage output goes. Oh yeah, again, this is one of those things, like, if you have a ton of other ice people and you don't want to go with him, that's fine. But as a Spellblade user, that's just monstrous damage.
Alright, so we've crossed off 8 realms at this point with a hard maybe on Zell, and that's fucked up considering that I don't even have a burst or USB on him.
I have his burst, it's dumb. It's just so good.
It's so stupid, but like, yo, have you seen the work that Combat King can do?
Yeah.
It's like, once you get everything going, it's usually like a solid, like in an apocalypse fight, it's usually like a good solid, like 50k damage for a super. But
All right, let's move on to 9.
Yeah, let's move on to 9. I don't have anything great, like fantastic, stupendous here. I do have Zidane's first BSB, which is a wind apparel. And, well, actually, I do have Echo's Flute, Echo's Burst, but again, I've dove two healers.
So 9 has a big gimmick in which a lot of the 8 main characters, because eventually they'll all have their legend dives, are all going to have trance abilities because they actually had trances in this game, so that's where it's kind of from.
8 main characters and Kuja.
And Kuja, that's right. So, yeah.
Now, do...
If you have, like, a couple of Zidane's thing, like a pair of his BSBs, or an OSB plus a BSB, or a USB plus any of those things, he's probably a really good pick for, like, diving, because his whole thing is Thief, and since he's already fast and making his Thief stuff go even faster, it just means he's going to rev up the damage.
Yep, instant cast Thief. The one thing is, with that instant cast Thief stuff, you have to make sure your Thief shit is honed.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of hones for that, because Thief stuff already you needed high hones for because of the decreased cast time. But to have instant cast on it,
like, pretty much the prerequisite to diving Zidane, aside from having some good shit on him, is, do you have 8-star Thieves Revenge? Or rank 4 Thieves Revenge.
Thieves Revenge and also Dash and Slash.
Dash and Slash is also a great option, mainly because, like, if you have his BSB 2, you got an in-wind right there. Dash and Slash is going to do some good damage. And then you also have to make sure you have a dagger in a lot of different realms.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, Zidane is an excellent option.
But, I love just the wording here. Just remove delay. It's gone.
Delay? What's that? Although I will mention for people, it's not out yet, but I believe Garnet's trance ability has her start doing a lot of chains with summoning abilities. And that's not a bad option.
Oh, right, because they released Beatrix. That's right.
Yeah, I think we have Beatrix, Vivi, Zidane, and somebody else? Might be Kuja? No, it's not Kuja.
Steiner.
It might just be those... Oh, Steiner, that's right.
Steiner, I think, gets dual cast Spellblades.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. What is this? Temporarily increasing attack moderate amount defense in
Oh, that's right. He can't get dual cast because...
All elemental damage a moderate amount. Holy crap. Once we get 4 hit Spellblades, that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. And then Vivi's is trance, and then there's a good chance that his his black magic spells are double cast. It's not always, but it's a good chance.
Yeah, he's a strong choice for me. I have not dove a spellcaster yet, and I did just get his BSB 1.
If it had been his 2, I'd say go for it, no question, but
yeah, maybe. Like I said, a hard maybe.
You've already used 2 healers, and so your mote stack isn't...
Yeah, I can only dive 1 more spellcaster.
So far, the people you've dove are Vanille, Yuna, and Ramza, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure I got that understood.
Alright, 10.
You already dove Yuna. She's good.
I already dove Yuna. Frederica's USB.
Yeah.
Because hers is a buff duration extender, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a duration extender, kind of like Red and kind of like Ramza.
Yeah, so even though I do have her burst, doesn't really help the burst too much.
No. Her burst is a debuff kind of thing. It's also an imperil, so it doesn't really go along with her abilities.
So, one thing that I will mention and throw out there, Yuna. I mean, people have caught my streams. If you're watching this on YouTube, you've probably seen a bunch of my videos. You've seen it earlier in this. Yuna, for those who've played 14, her materia 2 is Cleric Stance, which means she gets a bonus to her magic based on her mind stat. I don't know the exact percentages. It might be a 40 or 30, something like that. But it's gross because it allows her, if you have her BSB 2, that's grounds to dive her alone. Because her BSB 2 gives her a boosted mind and magic buff, and then that mind stat feeds into her magic. She already has a boosted magic, and her commands deal summon damage. So the go off the magic, it exponentially goes crazy. It was one of those things where I looked at that legend material and went, I don't know, it doesn't seem that good. I use her as a healer, and then the first time I went into a dungeon with her post doing that, and I used the summon, I'm like, why is she hitting max damage?
Yeah. It's a pretty substantial boost. If you have enough space in your parties for your healer to not be doing max healing all the time and to be actually dealing damage at the same point, it's pretty darn good.
And like, the actual perfect combination, like, it goes great with the BSB too, fantastically.
Goes great with her BSB 1 as well.
No, it doesn't. Divine Veil, it actually synergizes incredibly well with, because you Divine Veil, which heals the entire, like, once you have her dove, that Divine Veil heal is huge. So, heals everybody up, gives them a shield, which she can then take a turn or two to cast summons.
Fair enough.
But there is another thing that I want to talk about in 10 diving right now.
Okay.
So, actually, does Seymour have his? I feel like he might have shown up on the previous... No, he doesn't. Okay. Pain has hers, though, right?
Nope.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, trust me, if Pain had hers, she would already be fully go for me, because I've got her BSB and her SSB, so yes.
Yeah, Lulu was the one. Lulu gets double cast Ice, which works great with her BSBs and stuff like that. But here's the real interesting thing. Titus. Titus gets double cast water, which synergizes amazingly with his bursts. But the thing that people don't realize about double cast water is there's nothing that is double cast shooter. Double cast water allows you to double cast shooter abilities. Well, the one school of shooter abilities, but still,
but a good one.
Yeah, it's a rare thing. It's actually...
It gives flexibility because it lets him pick that up and have other people pick up other things in, like, Spellblade or other stuff like that. So it's very useful.
It's actually one of those rare things, because I'm just going to take a quick peep at... Yeah. Refio was the only one I was thinking about. He is the only person that, through those legend materials, has the capability to double cast a shooter ability. Nobody else can do it, because there is no double cast shooter, record materia, or legend materia, I think, for that matter. And everybody else that can use shooter abilities gets different legend materia. None of them get a shooter ability or element double cast. He's the only person that gets that. As somebody said, I just got Titus's USB. That's Kite. It synergizes super well with that, because you're going to be focusing on water abilities, which is going to trigger the double cast on that. It's real good. It's, like, surprisingly good.
Yeah, Titus has been niche, good damage, but not as the same level as a lot of other people for a while. But that definitely pushes him into, you might want to pay attention to him for a little bit.
And that, ooh, actually, my boy, my new boy,
Aaron?
Yeah, does he have it? Yeah, he does. What do you got? What do you got, my boy? Increased physical damage, double cast samurai.
Yeah, he's the double cast samurai. Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think I might have to see this in execution.
Yes.
His BSB and everything, but strong choice. An extremely strong choice. If that BSB actually does as much damage as it kind of lets on that it's going to do. Yeah. We talked about Riku briefly. Riku's has the buff extender.
Yes, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, because, like, everything outside of her BSB is her mix. her BSB is
Apparently her BSB works really well with her legend record materia.
yeah, because
So,
it's the debuff extender. It's a
Yeah.
legend.
yeah, so she's pretty good. We did talk about for a couple seconds though. Lulu is the person that I will probably be legend diving as a mage, because I have her BSB and USB combo plus her relic legend materia, which is the rev up magic thing. So yes, I'm all in on ice.
But let's move on
Yes, to 11.
to 11.
I hear Shantoto's pretty good.
Shantoto is gross, but only if you have her BSB.
And a lot of, well, I mean, having her chain is also nice.
Yeah, having your chain is great because it synergizes well with witch abilities.
Yes.
But so Shantoto, oddly enough, gets a transformation skill. But first off, increased black magic damage. That's why it's like, I don't know if witch abilities count as black magic. They probably do.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of iffy thing there. Because her BSB commands are black magic.
Yes, they're black
But,
magic, but they have ninja cast time.
Yeah, so Legend Dive is beyond reproach. She gets increased defense. So it's a transformation. Legend material.
Lowers defense.
Oh, right. It lowers her stuff. But raises magic 30% and gameplay rough, which reduces delay of actions. Which, combined with her BSB, makes that shit almost instant cast.
Oh yeah.
Considering the fact that she can also, since you dove her, can bring Memento Mori. It gets out of hand.
You dive her, you give her Memento Mori, you give her something else, and then she's got so many magic buffs that she just starts, probably without even a weakness, she's hitting 40k a round. Also, if you manage to pick up her USB, which just came out, in Realm, that thing has a boost to lightning, ice, and fire damage. So, yeah.
Make sure you specify her chain.
Her chain, excuse me.
Her chain has a
not her
boost to the
USB.
3 elements. Her USB does
It's
not.
different. My apologies, I said that wrong. Other people are good in Realm. Fang, I keep doing that. Lion's good.
Lion's pretty good. She's an extremely strong choice for me. She gets increased daggers, and she gets double cast thief.
Yeah.
Which again, is just one of those things of, hey, did you hone up Thief's Revenge, dash and slash? Yeah? Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna be friends. Strong choice. Strong choice.
The only problem, and this is a air quotes problem with Lion, is that her BSB does not synergize with Mug Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
kind of sucks, but at the same time isn't really that big a deal, because it just means that instead of you bringing Mug Bloodlust and some other attack ability, you bring 2 attack abilities and you make up the difference there.
Yeah, you bring 2 thief moves.
Yes. So it's a give and take. Other people will probably get an 80 bit more damage out on their second ability if they bring a Mug Bloodlust compared to her, but for a thief, she's really good at both debuffing and dealing damage, which is wonderful.
The only other one, oh no, 2 of them do. Ayame.
Yeah, I think Afmal also has hers.
Yeah. Ayame has increased ice damage. Hey, guess what? BSB. And then also dual cast Samurai. So,
yeah.
A duplicate of Aron's, except with ice theming instead.
Yeah, Aron's is just a flat physical boost, I think, for his command, or his Legend Materia 1.
You're right. It is flat physical. It's not ice damage.
But I'm okay with her being all about the ice.
Right. Alfma? Has it?
She's weird.
Yeah, hers isn't great, if I remember right. Yeah, okay. So, increase white magic, and then begin the battle with re-raise. Okay, I'm sorry. It's re-raise and super shield. The thing that allows you to evade 1 of each attack.
No, that's if they're
Oh,
revived,
if they're
they get the
revived.
super shield. Yep. If
great.
you have the spare motes and you have a lot of her stuff, it might not be a terrible idea to pick up the first half of that and just get that that boost to healing.
I'd
But-
say go far enough to get the passives.
Yeah, again, but that's kind of an edge case thing. If you're going that far, you might as well go with another healer. If you have it, who knows?
Yeah,
Anyway.
like the major moderate resist to silence is definitely worth getting.
That is very useful. That is no joke.
But yeah, her final legend materia isn't that great. And then because I hate when they do that because that means her dual cast is on her relic.
If she has one.
Yeah. There's actually another one.
Oh, okay.
Corellia.
Oh yeah.
Corellia's is interesting, and like I usually hoot and holler about the tank legend dives because I'm like, they're stupid. But Corellia's does kind of require you to have her BSB. But it is, when hit with a magic attack, moderate chance to get magic blink.
Mm-hmm.
That's real interesting, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, they're making her more of the knight version of a magic polar. So hers is kind of... It's hard to describe. She can tank a lot more magic effects, but getting the magic blink can also let her avoid abilities that have a debuff attached to damage.
Mm-hmm. It's real interesting, and I actually really like it a lot. But definitely a hard sell unless you have her BSB.
Now, I know of a couple people who have both her USB and BSB, so yes, I would highly recommend to those people if they get that.
Wait, did it just say take damage? It doesn't have to be a magic attack? Let me peep that again.
Might have. I wasn't actually looking.
Moderate chance. Magic barrier, avoid, one magic... Oh yeah, just says one taking damage.
Even
nice.
better.
Yeah, so that means she gets punched and then she avoids the next magic hit. Yeah,
Yes,
that's actually great.
Haunting. She puts up a sentinel thing, and then she has a really good chance of just being able to keep magic shield up the whole time.
I mean,
that's
hell,
cool.
her relic record materia 4 is Sentinel.
Yeah.
You start the fight in Sentinel. Why do I keep backing out that record sphere menu?
I don't know.
12.
Hey, did you pick up Van's USB? If you did, you might want to look at this.
I did! Weird, right?
I know. This is the person I wrote on my wall. It's like, okay, Newbie's going to ask me about this. Who do I recommend? And I just put Vaughn and I walked away.
Yeah, Oof, do I have a lot of motes that this really wouldn't even hurt that much?
It's really good.
Yeah. Increased damage.
If you can find a way to get a pentabreak, his damage output just, it goes crazy.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I usually bring Rasmo, so he just needs to bring Mind Break down.
Yeah.
But increased damage a large amount proportional to the number of stat debuffs the unit has. That's it.
So it goes up by 5% for each one, but then goes up goes 5, 10, 15, 20 for the first 4, and then goes up to 30 for the 5th. Yeah. That is a massive, massive boost to damage. When does Vaughn's USB come back? I have no idea. Probably the next 12 event.
Yeah, if it does. So here's the question. Do I just do this now? It's a real strong choice.
I want you to wait for the end of the video. Let's show a couple more people off. How many motes do you have total for the stuff he requires?
200, so I can do 2.
This and another one if you need to. Yeah. Okay.
I've mentioned it before. I think the last time we looked them over. Balthier is actually real interesting. His is... So if this is... Balthier is... If you have his BSB 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's fire-based. Moderate chance to temporarily lower a target's fire resistance a small amount when using Machinist abilities. Just has a chance to tiny imperil fire.
Sounds pretty good to me.
It's very nice. It's an extra 10% damage. Just it's free damage for you. You just have to hit the you have to use the abilities, but the damage is free.
Yeah. Franz is also on here. She's another debuffer. So if you have a bunch of her things, it increases duration of her status debuffs. Always useful.
She's the debuff. I'm just gonna look at that real fast. But yeah. And we do get Fire Machinist skills pretty soon.
Yep.
Yep. It's a debuff
also, another person who has theirs right now is Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Ash is very similar to Lulu. It's, hey, do you need a certain element type of damage and you want me to double cast it? Cool. I do that with lightning.
She looks at you and says, hey, do you have her BSB and or do you really like witch abilities?
Or just chain, or the chain spells when we get the change to chain lightning. I mean, that's going to be a viable option. She has a lot of stuff that you can work with.
Vanilla does not. Does...
I think that's it.
No, I think Larsa actually has them. No, he doesn't.
Larsa is definitely someone, people who have Larsa's BSB, hold on to some stuff for him when it comes around.
It was the honorary good boy, Vayne, sorry.
Yeah, Vayne.
Which is Dark Up and dual cast Dark.
Not a bad idea.
Now,
yeah, for people in the chat who are saying they have like Ash's OSB and BSB, yeah, if you have a certain elemental casters like OSB plus BSB combo, you should probably dive that person, just because that means they're useful even in situations where enemies aren't weak to that element. They can still say, that's great, you're still dead.
Yep. Yeah, remember that Vayne's BSB. Both commands do dark damage.
Mm-hmm.
And they heal him. So if you double cast that dark command, he's gonna heal himself up to full, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless he was on death's door.
Yeah, one minor bad thing about Ash is that she doesn't have a bargain ability on her BSB. Mm-hmm. She's just got an AoE, and her single target command 1 is just it hits 4 times and she heals. So that's a very small downside. However, she's still going to be cranking out so much damage that it's not an issue.
Yep. So 13. 13 has a lot of strong choices. I'm just going to start going down the list here.
Lightning.
Lightning gets increased lightning damage, which, it's all for shit, so who cares? And she can use Spellblade 5.
Yeah.
Starts the battle hasted and remove the delay from the user's actions for 3 turns, so that sets her up real good with anything that she has.
Yeah, that's very useful for getting stuff going right off the bat, especially if you can, throw her abilities or entrust her, even on any kind of things where we have jump starts. It gives her an enormous boost in stuff.
Snow has problems. Snow's one of those tank dives that's not fantastic. Reduce ice damage, and I think this is just start in Sentinel. Yeah. Eh.
For what it does, it's not a huge deal. So I would not actually say for Snow do anything with him.
Yeah.
Would having Lightning's USB be itself enough for you to do her dive? Yes.
Yeah.
I would think that's a good option. Again, look at everything else you got, but
you have to make sure that you have Thundering Twin Strike honed up, but pretty much you start up, you put that Mako's Might on her, you can instantly jump into that, or better yet, you can put Life Siphon on her and Thundering, and then she instant casts Life Siphon 3 times, and then goes into her USB.
Yeah.
Like, it gets her revved up real fast. That's the great thing about her Legend.
Or you can entrust to her. There's a lot of options you can do with Lightning. There's good stuff.
So,
as Newbie showing right now, Vanille is also a really good option for white mages.
Yes, because of her instant cast burst. If you have her burst, a very good option. She gets that nice silence resist on the left side. She gets increased healing on the right side. A nice 10% or 20 healing up from the Legend Materia 1, and then double cast Legend Materia 2, which combined with a fucking her Medica command is just, oh, I guess we're all back to full health. That's cool.
Now, she is not considered to have the toppest of tier Legend dives combining with her BSB, because her command 1 on her BSB is an attack command and not a healing command. However, the instant cast intro makes it very potent.
It's so good.
Yes.
Saz doesn't have his, but I believe he gets buff extension.
Probably, it makes sense with the stuff he does.
Hope doesn't have his. Fang? Nope.
No, not yet. No. Besides, we're waiting for the real
You know what?
leader.
That's right. We've only had one 13 event since Legends came out.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing you haven't mentioned the last person in
What?
one of the last people.
I'm sorry,
in
there's
13
nobody
yet.
else. Okay.
Noel? No, Noel doesn't have it yet.
So, Sid Reigns. Sid Reigns' Legend Materia 2 is, do you have my burst? That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you have his burst, Sid Reigns should be on your map somewhere, because it's literally just no matter what you're attacking, I have a 30% chance to double cast. And then on top of that, his command 1 is just increased black magic damage. Black magic increase, and I think sleep resist? That's weird. But sleep's annoying, so that's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sid, really, if you have his BSB, Sid Reigns' command should probably, or 2 abilities should be Memento Mori, and probably the dire heal version of the sucking drain ability.
Which is called dire heal.
It is called dire. Okay, I was right. Okay. Yeah, that.
Dread weapon is the physical version.
That's right. I had it mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have Sid Reigns' BSB, dive him. I have his OSB. I'm still tempted.
Pretty much everybody diveable outside of Snow in 13.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Snow, but it's not worth it.
14, which we've had one.
Remember when I talked about Vanille not being the toppest of tier in healing?
Yeah, that's because Y'shtola exists.
Yeah.
So Y'shtola has the same exact dive as Vanille. Like, literally, she gets the silence, she gets the white magic up, she gets white magic materia, and she gets double cast. Except...
Oh. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Y'shtola has an instant cast command 1.
Yes, and it's a very powerful just Kiraja heal.
Mind you, her command 2 is a very good medica too.
Absolutely.
But if you have this, you can get through fights never using that medica command.
Yeah.
Combine this with a dual cast record materia, and you're getting to some dumb levels of why does she heal so much?
Yeah. Y'shtola has the greatest potential healing out of any white mage out there. I say potential healing. It's very important with that. If you can get triple casts off, yeah, she's just going to heal so many people at one shot. It's amazing. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. Someone did mention something, actually. I was wrong. With Sid Reigns, Memento Mori is definitely a good option, but he can also just Wrath himself, which makes him even better. I forgot to mention that. So, sorry about that.
So, taking a quick side thing too, maybe not the most important option ever, but, you know, Thancred's not terrible. Especially since his Legend 2 is chance to mirror image when using ninja abilities.
Yes, and since a lot of ninja abilities now are going to be based on having images or mirror images effects on them, and the buff that's going to come in on those ninja abilities is down the line, if you have some of Thancred's abilities, you might want to look at diving him later on. Well, I wouldn't say do him now, but like later on you might want to save some stuff for him.
The other reason for this being important is because Thancred was the progenitor of that.
Yeah.
His burst commands deal around having mirror image up.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Also, one of his bursts is fire-based, and in Torment Dungeon, for 14, I believe the enemy there is weak to fire. So keep that in mind.
Yep. Who else? Yida. Yida has it.
Yeah.
I actually found out why it's pronounced Yida by playing Stormblood, and it's because, like, God, I don't know the exact thing. I want to say Scottish, but I know that's wrong. But, all the people from where Yida is from sort of have that sort of accent.
Gotcha.
So Yida gets fire up and chance to double cast monk abilities, which is going to be real fucking good when we get the 4-hit fire ability for monks.
She's already good. She's a again, much like Thancred, or Thancred. Is it Thancred?
Thancred, yes.
Thancred, yeah. Sorry, the 1E thing throws me. It's... Wait a little bit. She'll be good in a bit. Mm-hmm. She's already good, but you might want to hold off.
What with the 800 HP that you can get through this, fire damage up, and resist the blind, which is very good for a melee character.
Also, I believe her USB... I think it's either USB or something else. No, her BSB entrance command is a full breakdown ability, which is very nice.
Oh, hey, Papalymo.
Yeah. Hey, you want fire damage?
Yeah, so, Stomp, you've heard this one before. A mage with elemental damage up and elemental double cast.
Papalymo is much like Maria and Adia. He has a burst, which at the command 2 is a bargain, and the command 1 is the more magic he has, the more hits it has on it, up to 6.
Yeah,
if you've got that, yes, look at him.
The nice caveat of this, compared to, say, you know, Lulu or Ash, is, yes, Lulu and Ash and Papalymo have a chain ability. Fucking Papalymo can chain off a fucking Meltdown.
Yeah. Papalymo can chain off of Meltdown. He can chain off of his, because he's got the scaling one. Ash and Lulu don't. He gives a good run for her money to Terra in terms of fire damage. If you have more of her relics, she surpasses him because, I mean, more relics makes things a lot easier. But if it was just comparing like BSB to BSB, he'd be pretty close, and I would actually consider him to be a very good option.
If you have Papalymo's BSB, a very strong dive. If you have Papalymo's BSB and his SSB, extremely powerful dive. Is that SSB is one of the better mage buffs. For those who don't know, his SSB is a party-wide Haste Aga, 30% mag buff, and magic instant cast.
Yep. It's very similar to Krill's Sheep Song, but instead of heavy regen, he's got the cast speed thing.
So, Minfilia here, being our knight support, does get that nice little, when using knight abilities, has a chance to imperil Holy. The downside of this is her BSB is support-based.
Yes, which is the problem.
Yeah. They split her too much. Everything before that synergizes with her BSB, but then that just does not synergize at all.
Yeah, if her BSB commands were knight commands, she'd be incredible.
Yep.
I still think she's really good, but there are other people who do that imperil ability a little bit better than she does.
Mm-hmm. What? Who? What?
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. We got to get to 15.
Sid Garland doesn't have it, and that's our last. Special mention here is going to go out to Alphanod. Doesn't have it yet. Not going to have it for like another 4 months or so. Alphanod's dive is completely broke-ass.
Yep.
Alphanod is the summon version of Sid Reigns. He doesn't get his bargain or a boost on entrance, but he gets an in-element that corresponds to his BSB command. His BSB command 1 is instant cast, and it's summon damage, so not counterable by a lot of bosses with counters.
Mm-hmm.
His Legend Materia 1 is increased summon damage 20%, and his Legend Materia 2 is chance to dual cast summon damage.
Yeah, that's summon damage, not other things. So hey, you need a summoner? Look to Al.
Yeah, pretty much. As the question immediately comes in the chat, if you don't have his USB, is it still worth a dive? If you have his BSB, yes.
Yes.
He pretty much becomes your go-to summoner.
I'm going to be diving him as soon as it becomes available because I have his BSB.
Yep.
If I had his USB too.
Exactly.
Oh man.
As the chat points out, dual cast Valley Garanda, dual cast Bahamut, dual cast Titan, dual cast Ultimate Weapon. When it comes out, dual cast Ogo Pogo. I always want to say Leviathan. I'm like, oh no, wait, no, it's the other one, the palette swap.
And a big point, we're going to be getting an update to summon soon where the base number of summons goes up by 1.
Yeah, your base summon, like when the ability repurposing comes out, base summon usage goes up by 1. So at rank 5, at rank 1 you have 2, at rank 5 you have 6.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point someone pointed out. He can also double cast his command 2 and get 2 ability charges back.
Yep. The bigger, badder thing about that ability refreshing, all summons hit 3 times.
Yeah.
All summons hit 3 times. Valigamanda hits 4 times.
Now, Al is not as self-sufficient as Sid Reigns is. You got to build around him, but it's not hard to build around him. You just need to have magic buffs.
Yep.
And there are a lot of those. Yeah, as someone mentioned in the chat, I never realized this BS command was that good. No, it's really good. For several months, I'd say it was just behind Sid Reigns in terms of sheer utility.
Yep. To put out there how good Alf's BSB is, I clear the Earth Magicite dungeon with only him and an Onion Knight using a couple ninja abilities. He does so much stupid amounts of damage because his command 1 is instant cast. He does 20k damage like every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Al is definitely part of a, if you can magic rev up part of a team, he will definitely just absolutely destroy something. Unless they're immune to wind, in which case, forget them.
I don't think it's possible to double cast Death Flare from the USB. For the same reason that you can't double cast a break.
Yeah, I think the Death Flare is a different or it's a different can of worms.
Yeah, it's probably not typed summon. I don't know. It might be. I honestly don't know. I haven't number wanged that hard enough.
We'll wait. So I'm sure someone who picked up Al's USB in 3 months will tell us when his legend dives come out if things are worth it. Anyway,
that's 14. Most 14 characters are extremely strong in their own way. Minfilia just kind of falls a little short due to weird typing of abilities.
That's a bummer, but it happens.
Yep. All right, 15's not going to take too long.
Nope.
Noctis.
Yes.
Has an, I think, yeah, it's the unfortunate side effect. His double cast combat abilities is his relic.
Yes.
But he does get that nice haste and start with 3 turns of instant cast, which again, fucking life siphon, his SSB. Everybody goes fast. Nox real good. And
if I would actually, he's one of the few people in the game where I think his SSB is better than almost anything else he has. In fact, it might be better than everything else it has. It's that good.
Yep. Hey, you want everybody to just have instant cast? Well, here you go.
Yeah, also, it's an instant cast thing that hits 4 or 5 times.
It's 8.
8? Okay, cool. It hits 8 times and get everyone else in the party instant cast, and it's instant.
Actually, it might be 6. I don't know.
It's so dumb.
I've used it like 4 times. It's really good, but it just doesn't fit into a lot of my parties.
It's so dumb because it works so well in your team, and it makes people in multiplayer even better what they do as well.
I gotta start bringing to multiplayer more.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, this haste, this go fast, it's really nice. And
and if you somehow manage to get his relic legend materia, it's over.
Yeah, no, then he's just your Omega boy. He's your Omega Drive boy.
If you had that, then I'd say, I pray you have like Wall and a Shout or something. At that point, you just bring Cloud USB for him, and he just kills everything. So yeah, go ahead.
Iris is real interesting. So she gets Magic Healing, Silence, that nice 10-20% up. I can never remember what the slight for this is. It's probably 20. But her passive, her 2 is increase the user's mind a large amount proportional to the number of white magic abilities the user has used. Now, what this is actually saying, I believe, is the number of targets she is healed. The reasoning for this is when you use her Medica Burst command, this procs 5 times.
Yep. So earlier I talked about someone who is more consistent than Y'shtola if you just have their legend dice and stuff, not taking into account relic things, because we'll get into that later. I would say Iris is the most consistent healer out of everybody in the game, because she ramps up very quickly to just doing amazing heals. Her BSB entry command is incredible because it's a little bit less of a heal than Y'shtola's is. It still has the stone skin, but it's got Astra on it.
It's got status blank.
And that is incredible by itself. I am thrilled to pieces I just picked up her BSB because I instantly in the back of my mind went, click, that's it right there. That's my healer because it's that good.
Also, here's a nice little thing. If you dive her, she gets 5-star Dancer.
Yeah, so it's really nice to have someone who can just use healing abilities via her BSB and then also have Dancer abilities to go along with that. So she's just this amazing support character.
Yep.
She and Riku are going to be my best buds forever now. I'm pretty sure those two are going to be like a staple of all my parties.
And then coming from behind, we got Gladio.
Hey, do you need earth damage?
Well, hold that thought. It's more physical damage when equipping a sword.
Yes.
But he does get that increased earth damage from the passives and resistance to confuse. His other thing is increase the user's attack a large amount proportional to the number of attacks the user has taken. As a tank boy, that's strong.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. He is a knight cast, though, so he's going to be eating your spirit motes.
That is true. It's okay, though. Unless you had some other knight that you put a whole bunch of stuff into, he's a really good choice for putting stuff in. But I'd be hesitant for putting too much stuff into him if you have a lot of other people's things, because I do know that if you have the better Earth Knight to me, if you have all their stuff, is Angus, and his stuff's common.
Speaking of which,
what
tactics.
about knights? Yeah, we're in tactics. Everyone's a knight.
Everyone's a knight.
Even that
so,
person.
We've seen a lot of Rasmo, but it bears mentioning he is a support boy through and through. He gets super big support boosts, so he's going to be dealing a ton of damage. Resistance to paralyze, which I love.
Yes.
And increased stat durations, which fucking every one of his breaks is a stat boost.
I think so.
Like
Most of them.
no, you're right. Every one of them except for his uniques.
Chant?
His uniques aren't.
Is Chant a stat boost?
Chant is crit boost. Crit is a
Oh,
stat.
that counts? Okay, I didn't know if that counted or not.
Yep.
Cool. Then yeah.
So everything that
yeah.
not a unique on him is great. Now, this bears mentioning. You need kind of like one or two things on him. I would not
Yes.
dive him just for shout. I wouldn't
No,
dive him just for his USB. They're both very strong, but I wouldn't dive him just for those things. However, if like me, you have shout and his USB, yeah, you should probably dive him.
In addition, the person who has a increased stat buffs thing, if they use a, let's say, wall as a roaming warrior, that duration is also increased.
Yep. Which you actually saw me do in the 300. I delayed wall a turn and casted it with Rasmo in order to get more out of it.
Yes, how about shout, USB, and chant? Yes.
That's literally
Yes,
the combination I have. Yes, dive him. He will be your support boy forever.
What about shout, BSB? And you know what?
Yeah.
If you have his BSB, also not a bad idea, because his BSB, I think, has 100% defense increase to the whole party on intro.
Yep, it is.
Which a lot of people forget about, and is very good. Also, it's holy damage.
It's one of, I think, 400% defense boosts.
Yeah, there's... I think Snow might have one. I forget.
No, it's him. Actually, I can remember two. It's him and Sabin have one.
Yeah. The Savins is weird. But anyway, yeah. So that's Ramza. Hey, remember when I talked about other knights you might be putting a bunch of motes into?
Yeah, so Delita.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Delita. Exactly. Good call.
Delita's a spell boy.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike other spellboys who invest in an element, Delita invests fully into Spellblades themselves.
Yes.
He gets Spellblade boosting, Spellblade double cast, moderate blind again because of being a melee. He's actually a strong choice for me, and I have a lot of excess motes.
But he uses... Yeah, he uses Dex Vitality, so he's not actually considered a knight, even though he has access to knight skills.
Right.
So he's a nice pick for you, because you have a ton of those things.
No, I was going to keep this joke going and check Gafgarion, but no. Wait, actually, no, I can keep this going. So, Meliadol didn't come with him? Weird. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to stop this joke now. So, Agrius.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty good.
Yeah, she is. She gets increased
So-
holy damage. resistance to confuse, increase holy damage.
She is one of the few knights that on the introduction to the legend dives didn't get hosed by having a resistance to certain types of damage, like holy damage as one of the two legend dive things.
Yeah.
So she's just good.
Now
her first thing is she deals more holy damage with, or more knight ability damage, is it? I forget. I just use her always to do holy.
So it's more holy damage.
Yeah, it's a more holy.
And moderate chance to lower holy resistance when using knight abilities, which is her BSB. If you have BSB and OSB for Agrias, yes. Pretty much if you have her BSB, it's an extremely strong choice, because what you do is you BSB, Sentinel, Guardbreaker.
Yes, that is literally what I do in most fights when I use her. She was the first person I dove just because she's that good.
People kind of look over Guardbreaker, but with Sentinel, Wall Protect, Guardbreaker deals a ridiculous amount of damage, and especially on somebody who A, does an imperil on the entrance to her BSB, and B, causes more imperil the more knight abilities she uses. It's silly. It's actually silly.
Also, in the festival, we just picked up a holy knight ability.
Yeah, that is Gaia Cross, but
It's
holy.
Gaia Cross, but it's holy based.
Yeah, so there you go. Rafa also exists.
Yes, she does.
She is a lightning double cast. Very simple, very basic.
Her, I have her BSB. Her BSB is actually a nice synergy with Ashes, just because she has a gamble, or not gamble, I keep doing that.
Bargain.
Jeez, I always do that. A bargain on her command 2, which is a AoE hit, very nice. But her command 1, rather than healing herself, it heals the person with the lowest HP in the party, which is very nice. Also, her entry gives her, rather than giving her Enlightening, gives a magic resistance boost to your whole party, which is fantastic for magic teams, because many times the very common magic boosters in the game right now are attack defense magic or attack res magic. So it's nice to have that synergistic boost.
Mm-hmm. And it should be mentioned that her brother, Mark, has the exact same legend dive.
Yeah, it's just he's more debuff focused, she's more buffing focused. So those two are nice.
Ophelia is weird because she gets that, she's pretty much a normal, like from here,
mm-hmm.
She looks like a normal healer thing.
And then you hit her command, or legend command 2.
Yeah, which is just reduce all elemental damage. And it's like, ugh.
If you get her relic legend material, I think that's the double cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it when they put the healer double cast on the relic, because like that's what makes some healer dives, is the double cast.
Yeah, much like Iris's double cast is on her too. So I mean, hey, if you have Iris's BSB and her relic legend materia, oh my lord, she's just, I'm trying to process how much healing that is, and that's just ridiculous.
Huh, did you know Ace also had the start hasted and remove delay?
Yeah, that makes sense. He's kind of a quick gambler type.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of Ace. It's not a matter of that he's bad, it's just that his commands are made to reflect what he does in the game he's from, which kind of puts him in an awkward situation. Also, he's the first person that brought the chain abilities in, and his chain is kind of not great.
Chase,
excuse me, not chain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking Etrian Odyssey, my apologies.
Yeah, no. Wait, those are called chases too.
To me, it's still chains. Because of translations of games.
Really, when you get down to it, Deuce is the only one really worth diving.
Oh, she's good.
And only if you get her BSB. 9 is okay, but he won't be good until we get that 5-star dive ability. It's not like Kane, where we have lightning dive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually we get that 5-star wind, and that's when this comes to shine. But for now, it's a little lackluster.
By the way, on Deuce, she is a 5-star bard, so
Nice.
she can get access to all the really nice bard abilities that are coming out soon. Like, well, we already have Electrocon Moto, but she also gets the attack magic buff 1 and a bunch of other things. So keep an eye on her. If you have some stuff for her, she's pretty. What did I say something funny?
No, I was gonna say. Meanwhile, beyond.
Oh, who are these two?
It's not worried about them. There's one last person on the list. Of course, our main character. Tyro's okay. He gets reduced black magic, which is a little weird, but he gets that buff extender. And again, what does Tyro do if not buff?
Especially since recently in Japan they showed off his USB 3. I think it's 3.
Yes.
It's 3. Which is
the one we just got was 2.
Yeah, his Mega Wall, which is Sentinel's Grimoire plus Haste Protect Shell.
Yep. It's always weird to think about that, but like, because his OSB was kind of a proto USB.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, if in the future, that is the correct option when you hear about Tyro's Mega Wall.
It's wall, but a USB. What the?
Wall plus Protect, Shell, and Haste. And if you have that and you have his duration booster, hey, guess what keeps going up and up and up? The duration of all these things.
No, they don't.
I know it should, but it makes sense in my head.
It doesn't. That's the unfortunate thing is, remember,
it doesn't do Protect, Shell, and Haste.
Yeah. Stat booster, or the duration booster legend materia only work on stat boosts. They don't work on things like Protect, Shell, Haste, because those are status effects. They're beneficial status effects, but they are status effects. They are still affected by your mind, not by legend materia.
Thank you, VPress, for bringing this up in the thread. A lot of people who are doing Magicites might think, oh man, it's a wall thing, but we're getting wall things right now in Magicite. Well, in later Magicite 4-star fights, and also other things, we're going to get an option between either wall or pretty much Onion Knight BSB, the attack magic haste thing.
That's actually...
is it Go-Go from 5?
It's his Super Soul Ray. But that's not at 4-star Magicite. That is once you have cleared every Magicite 3-star, you unlock that one.
Oh, even better.
It's God, what's her name? Ulara
or whatever.
It's her combining the power of all elements. That's what the animation is. It's really good.
Oh,
there's actually a story reason why you unlock that thing.
So she gets better because of it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we're going to be getting the holy. I don't know what you're talking about. We might have. Dark and Holy should be coming pretty soon.
Soonish, yeah. Well, yeah.
I like that some people are still like, wait, what? Well, we're still stuck on that Mega Wall. What's this? Hey, we had to make Tyro useful.
Alara.
Yeah, Alara. Thank you.
Because her Japanese name is Urara.
Yeah, we're not, and that's just not going to happen. Hey, Golbez. Not Golbez, that's Garland. They're the same person. So
Garland's weird. They really like this whole, like, drain mechanic on Garland.
Garland's someone you might want to pay attention to because in, I think, 3 days from the time of this recording, we're getting the Dissidia event, and he has his chain on it, which is a 22-hit dark chain. There's no buffs to the whole party or anything like that. It's just, this hits 22 times.
Yeah, he was the only one we skipped because we did talk about Warrior of Light and how he's one of the tank boys that gets hosed.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Garland's BSB is not great.
Because we did eventually move on from what's good for me to what's good in general. Special mention to Furion if you get his USB. Because
keep talking.
Furion's Legend Materia 2 is increase the user's attack a large amount proportional to the number of physical attacks the user has dealt. And his USB gives you a status that makes you attack faster the more times you attack.
Yes. And hey, what's his BSB1 command?
His BSB1 command allows you to hit more times the more you use that BSB1 command, which is really hard to keep everything going considering the fact that you're using 2 breaks and the things may wear off after the thing. It gets a little out there. But
the thing is, with his US, if you build him up to 2 meters, before using the stuff, you use USB into his BSB, and then you start chaining abilities. He should be moving fast enough that he can actually like start recasting that stuff as he goes along.
Right, but if his USB buff wears off, I think he loses the fast casts. Maybe he keeps it.
He does,
he casts
but I'm
the
USB going
again.
so fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Furion's weird that he doesn't have many things that are holy based, but a lot of his USB, OSB, or not, I don't know if it's OSB, don't quote me on that. His USB and BSB stuff is holy based. So if you have a lot of his relics, he's really good with holy, but if you don't, he's not.
Yeah, honestly, because his skill set is like what? He's like...
He's everything but knight.
Usable.
Dude's got everything.
Samurai sharpshooter is his big thing, and you can dive him to support 4. Really feels like he should have had like non-elemental damage or something like that. Just straight damage booster, you know?
Yeah. Him being a sharpshooter samurai is actually really good. He can actually tag quite a few elements because of that combo.
Yep.
Not holy, but we'll get there someday.
He can do ice and fire in 2 different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Furion's USB is pretty much just a greater version of his SSB. His SSB was an end holy, hit a whole bunch. His USB is end holy, hit a whole bunch, and fast cast.
But yeah, I think we kind of went over everything. So, what are our final...
For you?
Yeah.
Vaughn, and then think real hard about the Lita, but I don't know if you should do it.
Vaughn and Reigns.
Yes, Vaughn and Reigns, of course. Forgot about that one.
Yep. So I'm going to do Reigns first. Use up more of those spellcaster motes.
It's okay, we get back a bunch of those in the 5 event that's happening. Torment dungeon, excuse me, that hits tomorrow.
And really, the other funny thing is this whole Reigns thing I'm doing right here is kind of insurance for the upcoming Dark and Holy.
Oh yeah,
Magicides.
This guy's just going to be coming to both of those for you. A very nice thing about Reigns is due to just massive amount of people who do Holy and Dark damage, it's not hard to get him a 40% boost to Holy and or Dark with equipment. Especially since his Metamorphosis gloves give a Dark boost.
Yeah, I don't have the Holy boost for him for a weapon, but I have a way to do it with armor for both elements. There's definitely a way to do it with Dark.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of Holy boosting, like, rods and staves out there for certain healers and stuff, but we'll see.
What the? Oh, I have to do this one first. That's weird.
I'll admit, I am a little bitter watching you do this, like, but I want to do this too. But I don't care too much. By the way, I did mention it slightly when I was talking about Garland. In a couple days here, we're going to be getting the Dissidia event, and the Dissidia event is all about all the villains and stuff getting some things. If you need dark damage, and that's not a bad thing to look at, pretty much every single thing on that Dissidia banner is a dark booster. Either end dark booster equipment-wise, dark and peril. There's a lot of stuff on there, so if you need it, go for that. Newbie is someone who should never, ever, ever pull on that banner.
Nope. Nope, absolutely not. As I discussed earlier, I have 5 or so ways to end dark. I have 3, actually, because I pulled another goddamn one, I now have 4 ways to imperil dark.
Yeah, and the one you pulled on what's her face for
Nabat.
13, Nabat, yeah. She's not that important. Anyway, Nabat is probably one of the better imperils in the game because she can start sacking imperil just with her commands inside her burst. So yeah, she's crazy.
Finally, the fast boy.
So people who watch Newbie's various fights when we do multiplayer, expect to see a lot more Vaughn.
No.
It's not hard to get a 30% thing on him. A 30% buff on that last thing with a Pentabreak.
Am I the fast boy? No.
You're gonna have to fight me for the fast person title. Because I just kind of look over at Riku and...
okay, does Riku have actual speed ups on her Legend Dive?
Her Celerity boost is actually her first Legend Dive.
Okay. But speed boost. Like, you have to realize I just put 2 speed boosts on him.
Yeah, I know, but I also have access to Lion and Ferris. But Ferris is more of a
He almost
support.
has 200 speed.
Of course he does.
They-
Which makes up for his lower starting speed.
They legit probably just like, we're like, well, we can't give him 200. That'd be a bit much.
200 is an overflow. He goes to 0 at that point. He doesn't actually go to
But if he bursts, he gets 20% more speed. Oh no. What else do I have? Let's just look at my motes, my modems.
I mean, again, there's a lot of people you could dive at this point, but you got a pretty solid core.
Yeah, here's the thing that's keeping me from diving Delita. He's a damn good Spellblader.
Mm-hmm.
He's too much of a jack of all trades. He
If
covers.
you were gonna, yeah, he does have access to the thing, or his motes are the most common ones you have, but there might be other people you want to look at instead.
Yeah, and there still is that Crystal Tower pool down the week.
Yep.
Edge gets 207 speed with his full dive. Nice.
The actual ninja. Yep. There are a lot of people you can get with the Crystal Tower if you like want to go grab their BSB and such. If you were ever going to use him, and I know you're not, you could probably do something with Cloud.
I don't.
Wait, no, his thing's not in there. Never mind. I forgot.
No, yeah, like
I forgot. Sorry, my apologies. I thought everything was in the gem draw, but Cloud's BSB2 is not in there. Neither is Squall's BSB2, which for good reason.
they made sure not to put in the most broken stuff, but somehow Ayame's burst slipped by them. All right. Here's some real talk here. If you do the gem burst, like there is always go after your white whale. Get that burst that you How many onion modes do I need? Look. Oh, in general, yeah, 12. I thought you were talking about the fact that I have like
22.
yeah, too many.
What are the rest for? Dude, they're spares.
They're spares.
You're never gonna leave.
Here's the problem. Every time a 3 event comes around, they give us an EXP dungeon that I just go and sit in for a week. And then I get onion modes. Also, I do love that, I don't know if I ever pointed this out, the fact that the 5-star mote is like a little face in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. We got 2 new dives.
Yep. And
And
in 2 days we have a Crystal Tower pull, the regular one with Mithril. In 3 days, Dissidia. So people who are like, oh man, I'm ready to start like legend diving people, give it a couple more days, see if you get something really nice. I doubt it because there's nothing like game breaking on either of those for people who have legend dives, but it could be.
Hope doesn't have Legend Dive yet, right?
I don't think so. No.
I'm gonna
Does
go check real
Glove have
fast.
Holy Boost, by the way?
Well, now it's gone. I have to go in here.
Sorry. Yeah, that's actually something you can check because if his glove has Holy Boost, then hey, you've got your Holy Booster for Reigns.
Fuck.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, here's the real fun one. Let's just do Boost Element Holy.
Yep. For people asking about anything nice in the Crystal Tower banner that's coming up, I believe Lars's BSB is on there.
Wait, hold the phone.
We're not sure. We don't have it for certain, though. This is not 100%, but it should be on there.
Huh. Huh. Ovelia, huh.
Yeah, I was about to point out, you have access. Newbie here has access to a couple things that are more mind-based than
God
magic, but hey, There's still holy boosters.
Damn it.
What's up?
It's armor.
Oh, yeah. My apologies.
Of course. Fucking, what was I thinking? Like, you're like, hey, is that glove holy boosting for, you know, hope?
Uh-huh.
Is that a whole? Did they give Hope a fist weapon? Weird.
No, I was just messing with you. Anyway, for people asking, is Lars's BSB good? Yes. Lars's BSB is a very nice heal, and it also has Astra on it. His is a bigger heal than Iris's is, but Iris has the stone skin, so that's a trade-off. And then he's got the standard Command 1 is a instant cast heal, and Command 2 is a Medica.
Yeah.
But I really like the flavor of his because unlike everyone else who uses a whole bunch of magic, he's just hucking potions.
No, that's the super.
Oh shoot, I forgot.
The burst is him breaking the magicite.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not him just using magic spells, it's him using stuff that he used in game. Wow, that sword's got a heck of a lot of attack power on it.
Yeah, it does. That's Gladio.
Also, yeah, I keep forgetting that. Larsa can Wrath. Having a healer who can Wrath with an Astra access is amazing.
Well, I think we've, I think...
Yes, I'm tired now.
Yeah, I think once Hope gets his legend dives, I might have to take a look at him again. Take a look at him again, because I do have his OSB.
Yeah, and also Hope's BSB 2 has access to an AoE Dispel, which is pretty rare.
Yeah, that's real nice. Anyway, thank you, Krumb, for stopping by and talking about motes for about an hour.
Okay, I'm going away now.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I'm gonna do an outro first. My mind's falling apart. Well, that was it for the FF11 Torment. I always want to call these nightmares because that's what they're called in Japan. The FF11 Torment. We got 6 left, and the next one is going to be 5, which is a weird sentence now that it's coming out of my mouth. So next time we got the 5 Torment with the pigs. So I'll see you then.